Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's live Q&A session. Chris Palmer is on his way. He's just away to the hotel lobby to get himself a Red Bull, and we can't really have him without a Red Bull. So he will be here in just a minute. But I thought I'd better start because you guys might not think we're on. So let us know where you are and any questions you've got in the chat. But before that, please also check out Randy, the news guy. The link is below if you're interested in press releases, getting more links, getting brand awareness, increasing your referring domain count. All of that good stuff is supplied by Randy, the news guy. The link is below. But we do have Big Kazbula, and we finally know who that actually is. Kazbula, it's actually the man himself. He tried to double troll us with that account. Eric McDonald is here. Good to see you, Eric. Randy, like I just said, the link is below. That is him there. And Ryan Durrani is also here as well. Good to see you, Ryan. Dan Jones, bloody hell. Maybe I should just do these on my own because we don't ever get all the hellos when Chris Palmer's here. So maybe you guys are trying to tell me something. But we are here to answer as many of your questions as we possibly can. So put them all in the chat and we'll go through them as fast as we possibly can. And Holly is there too. She says, hey, hello, Holly. Or Halls. I don't feel right saying Holly. But we'll just jump in to the first questions. Because there is a few coming in. Bloody hell, I'm going to kick Palmer out. He's not getting in. The questions are coming thick and fast. So keep that coming. But Eric, does having a location in a domain name have an effect when it comes to ranking for a SERP? So Eric, anytime I'm asked that question, years ago, having it in your domain name or having an exact match domain name used to give you an ultimate lift. It pretty much guaranteed you position one, page one. And obviously, like anything, all these SEO guys pile in and grab up all the exact match domains. Therefore, any weight that was assigned to an exact match domain name was pulled away for a period of time. Now, has that changed slightly in more recent years? I do think so. I do believe that potentially having that in there can help you slightly. I'm not saying it's as much as it once did, but personally, I think having it can help. Now, the flip side of that, Eric, would be, let's say it's plumbers in Glasgow, which is where I'm from. Having a domain name with the location in it is kind of short-sighted, from a website point of view, because certain people may think that you're small time, you only operate in one small area, and as you grow and expand, then you may have problems because you've called yourself plumbers in Glasgow or whatever. So that's something worth thinking about as well. Is it the be-all and end-all of having it in the domain name? The answer is no. It's not. You can rank any domain name for whatever keywords you want. So I just thought I'd throw that in as well, because I do see people who kind of limit themselves to only the Glasgow area or whatever area you're going to be in. So something worth thinking about there, Eric. And I'm just going to message Palmer. Oh, shit. He's waiting for the link, which I did send him. Wait a minute, just grab it. There you go. Just had to send him the link again. He's some boy. I'm pretty sure I did send him it. I'm just double checking. Yeah, he has got it. So he will be here in a second. But next question, Sarju. Amazon affiliate marketing still worth it? Personally speaking, I don't think so. I just think they cut the commissions a whole bunch of times, and they've done it like for the third time in the space of 2 years back in, I think it was 2020, at the end of 2020. And I actually get rid of the Amazon affiliate websites that I had. I just feel that the commissions are that low that when you're doing it, I was barely breaking even. Whereas before, if the commissions were double or whatever, it was profitable. And I just think they cut the commissions that low to the point where it was paying for my content and my links, and I wasn't getting any profit. So what was the point in doing it? So I really think you have to look at the commissions, and you would really need to niche down into one of the better paying categories when it comes to Amazon. I'm not saying it doesn't work or anything like that, but I do think that that was the final straw for me. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it after that, so got rid, sold up. And as I say, affiliate marketing in general, you can make lots of money. I just felt the commission for all the work and the time and the effort and the level of competition, that small amount of commission was just not worth it. Who's Zafia? I have a question. How long to wait after submitting a sitemap to Google for new indexing on a new website and domain? I think if you've got a new website and you want to submit it, by all means do that through your search console. Would I keep getting in and resubmitting and all that kind of stuff? No, I think indexing does take time. You've just got to have a little bit of patience. And from there, I think we all know that indexing is just taking that little bit longer these days. And indexing tools themselves are not always fully functional. There are indexing tools out there like Sinbite and stuff like that if you really did want to accelerate the process. However, I think just be patient is probably the best advice I could give you. So yeah, a bit of patience there. Hello, Aman. What are rich snippets? Rich snippets tend to show up for certain search terms based on you see it, at the top of a. I'm trying to think the best way to elegantly say this. But yeah, the rich snippets show up at the top of a SERP, and it's obviously pulling something from one of the websites that are up there, and obviously Schema is involved in that. But obviously there's a lot of more in-depth and more visual tutorials if you Google that. But rich snippets, why not? Your position 0 on the SERP in a lot of cases. So that's something that people want to take over. Take over as much of the landscape as you can, whether that's organic positions, rich snippets, even GMBs and stuff like that. I think you've got to take as much of the landscape as you possibly can, man. But give me a second to message Palmer again. Yes, he's put his thumbs up. He's also in a hotel. I'm in a hotel. I'm in Amsterdam, by the way, in case people are like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? So, Palmer. Not a very professional setup today, man.
It's not. That's all right.
But,
dude, I just checked the speed test for Google, and it's like 9, 10 megabits per second. It's all right.
Where are you, dude?
I'm at a microtel in Pennsylvania.
Oh, so you're still in the US? I was going to say, I didn't know if you're going to be like in fucking India or some shit where the internet was really bad.
No, just a mid-shelf hotel.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm in Amsterdam, speaking at an event tomorrow. So, yeah.
It's beautiful.
A nice place. It's a nice place. Apart from it's warmer in Scotland than it is here, which was a bit disgusting.
Surprising.
Even Glasgow. Never happens, but dude, Glasgow's got a heat wave and I'm fucking stuck here. But we're still in Amsterdam and there's parties on, so fuck it. But, anyway, I answered a couple of questions there just as you were coming. I didn't know if you got lost in the lobby, but can you tell us some VPN tools that people can use, Chris?
VPNs. Nord's utilized quite a bit. Pure VPN is utilized quite a bit. Ghost VPN browser. There's a bunch of free ones, but I think Ghost, Pure, and Nord are probably some of the most prominent. I've used Nord.
Nord's my favorite, man. It depends on what you're using it for, Raki. So for me, if I want to watch UK television and I'm in any other country in the world, like Nord really fucking does the job and you can watch that shit. I just feel that some of those VPNs are a bit ropey and somehow it gives up your actual fucking location. So you can't watch TV and stuff. So, and obviously, depending on what else you're doing, that may cause you some form of problem. So, yeah, Nord for me is the preferred choice. Simple and easy. Just pick your little fucking place in the map. Boom.
And you could save it.
Yeah.
You could save the server you want in case maybe you're doing. It's handy. It's handy.
Ryan Durrani, have you changed anything from your SEO strategy now with all the SERP changes, or is it just more of the same?
Yeah. Yeah, I think small tweaks, but yes, there has definitely been changes, but it's a lot of the same, but I think there are smaller tweaks. The tweaks would be more towards levels of quality. Yeah. You know, it used to be able to just throw it against the wall and let it hit, but I think you have to take more time with the work that you're doing. Better quality links, a little bit better content, a little better on page, better internal linking. I think it's just, you just have to do things a little bit better, but it's still the same. It's still the same.
I think a lot of SEO is very much still the same as it was 10, 15 years ago. I just think there is, like you see, that quality aspect of it. You've just got to fine tune it and stuff like that. So it's, a little old school stuff with a few tweaks is what I'd like to say. But
foundation is still the same.
Yeah. Eric has a question. Developing a new website for a trade service in a specific location. Looking at competition, it seems most are of a low DA score. Would it be realistic to achieve results in terms of ranking in 6 to 8 months?
Maybe. See, I often see this with service businesses. You know, somebody will come in, they'll look at the competition, they have low DA, but they'll fail to realize that those players that are there for each of those service keywords have been there for the last 10 years. Like the probability of knocking off those top 2 or top 3 guys in 6 to 8 months is highly unlikely. Now you could be a strong 4. You might even make a strong 3. But the probability of knocking off some of those guys up there at the top, whether they have a low DA or not, it sometimes can be highly unlikely. So can you achieve results in 6 to 8 months? You can achieve results in a week. But to be a winner, there's time involved. There's time. Yeah. So I hope that helps you.
It's a hard one to answer, Eric, or to add anything to. I think in certain niches, you can do it within that time frame just based on competition. But yeah, there's a lot more to it. And sometimes, even based in DA, is that the be all and end all? Is that history and all these motherfuckers that have got it, like Chris says, in position 1 and 2, quite hard to shake off, even out with the DA, because anyone can go in and blast links and build that up. But I think a lot goes for history and engagement and all that kind of stuff. So it can be a hard shake to get those fuckers out of position 1 and 2. Dan, is about to join A1 with my e-com site in an attempt to get good affiliates like you showed me before. Do you have any advice on finding and maintaining these relationships? At the event I'm in Amsterdam just now, it's a gambling conference, not obviously A1. I don't even know if A1 are here. However, a lot of these affiliate managers and all that kind of stuff attend these types of things, and they're looking for people like you to send them traffic. They're even giving up free booze and everything else. So I think, going to events that A1 potentially are at is a great way to maintain those relationships and go and see people once or twice a year, and even take advantage of the free booze. I certainly know of lots of the gambling people that are here, and they invest heavily in trying to get to people like me or you or whoever it may be. So they're there. Obviously, that's what these trade events are for. For them, they want to speak to you, and it's quite easy to maintain those relationships. Out with that, it really depends on the person that you're working with. I always feel that I would rather deal, and no offense to A1 or whatever, but they're a big company with a lot of people, and a lot of different affiliate deals within that. Are you going to get the same level of personalization and relationship building with a company of that stature, with that many deals and stuff like that? I'm not so sure. Whereas, you've got an affiliate manager that's direct here. You can take them out for dinner and actually fucking talk to them one-to-one. So I'm not sure with A1 the best advice for that. But Chris, what's your thoughts on it? If a big company like A1 who've got fucking millions of affiliates and millions of different deals, how could you maintain that relationship? What would you do?
You're just a company like that. You're just another person. I think you're the one to answer that. That's not, like I just literally went to dinner last night with a law firm. It's the same kind of deal. Like that's the only reason I'm here. I came here to meet with a partner to secure a contract. That's
I think
so.
The best advice, and I'm not saying don't go with A1. A lot of people make money with A1, but you're just a fucking number. It's like working in a factory. You're just fucking number 3. You're getting kicked into touch when you no longer perform. They don't care about you. There's no personalization. So, maybe go direct rather than through an affiliate network like A1. You might have a better relationship. What are you laughing at?
You're kicked in the tits.
Who said that?
You.
No.
You said kicked in the tits.
No, I didn't. Come on, man. Did I say that?
Yes. Oh, it just rolled right off the tongue.
But I don't even know what I'm fucking saying anymore, man.
So it must be a good conference.
I'm not even boozing, dude. That's the fucking worst thing. I've somehow went crazy. I'm just naturally fucking off my head now. I thought you were laughing with someone beside you, dude. The way you looked to the side.
I was just telling them, like, did you hear this?
But Prasanta, what could be the reason behind if a site's internal pages are not fetched while creating the sitemap XML using sitemap.org? It's not showing all the internal pages other than homepage while trying to run an audit through Screaming Frog SEO Spider.
Okay. Well, this is 2 separate things. You have the sitemap.
Robots are okay.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2 separate things. You've created a sitemap. Are all the pages on the sitemap? Yes or no? The second piece of the question was, I'm fetching with Screaming Frog and it's not kicking back. Well, are you crawling the site with Screaming Frog or crawling the sitemap? Because the sitemap is clear and defined. You'll be able to see the pages. Are the pages there? Yes or no? I don't know. as far as that doing a crawl, there's a magnitude of reasons why it might not be picking up a page. No index, no follow, but it should see them all. There has to be a reason that Screaming Frog isn't catching it. There's something there. Even if followed, no indexed, or did something along those lines, it would still come back. I would double check and make sure those pages are there, make sure they're not password, make sure they're not blocked, make sure they exist. I hope that helps you.
Next question from Aman. How do you perform keyword research, Chris?
Well, for us, it's very simple. What services do you provide? Okay. Which keywords based on your services have volume? Okay, that job's done. Next, which articles will support these main ideas? Okay, now our blog articles are done. Okay, now we're 4 months in. Which pages are producing traffic? Great. Which keywords on those pages are getting high impressions but are ranking low? Wonderful. Add those words to the page. Okay. Next. Next client. That's it, bro. Right there. That's what we do over and over and over again. That's the process. It's fun.
I'm not even going to try and add anything else to it. It's simple and easy, man. Simple and easy.
Simple and easy.
Honey's asking, do PBNs work in 2024? Are you using it for local SEO websites? Do you do PBNs for your local stuff, Chris?
Do public blog networks work? That's hit or miss. Do private blog networks work? Yes.
But would you go and use them on a local site? Do you need to?
Exactly. I noticed this too when offering white label. People always go, oh, you got this DR70s or this. And we're looking at a site where the top keyword that they're going for gets 117 visitors a month. And that's the top shelf. You know what I'm saying? Like plumber in some town in Nebraska, you probably don't need high-powered PBNs, you know? So do they work? Yes, but oftentimes they're not needed and or it's just overkill, you know? They're highly effective when needed. Yes. Do we use them? Yes.
Perfect. Martin McKenna says, weather in Edinburgh sucks right now, so I'm not missing anything. That does actually make me feel better because there is nothing worse, dude, when you're fucking traveling and then back home are fucking sending you pictures. That's not how it's supposed to fucking work. So, yeah, I've not heard from my wife since this morning, so I'm guessing Glasgow's the same as well. But yeah, I got the old pictures and all that yesterday and the day before. Ryan Durrani, he edges more of his links now. That leads on nicely to the next question. What is keyword stemming and why does it matter? Don't Google anything, Chris.
I don't know what edging is or stemming. I'm sorry. I'm behind the curve.
Edging, I'll tell you the story behind edging and then we'll move on to stemming. So Mike and Brad, who you know, used to say edging your links and all that stuff. Now, that they use terminology. You know what they're like. They're crazy guys, funny,
fun.
And they just throw shit around. And people used to message me all the time. They're like, dude, what the fuck is he talking about, edging the links? Did I put my links near the edge of the web page? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? And that isn't what he was talking about. That's just his terminology for something else. Now, that keyword stemming is also terminology that I've never heard of as well. Again, I don't know, someone somewhere in a pub one night has decided to just fucking throw that out there. Now, I've also done shit like this before where I've sat with a group of SEO friends. We had a flip chart and someone was taking a picture of us sitting on the couch, but we thought we'd write some funny stuff on the flip chart, like just random bullshit. And people didn't look at who was sitting on the couch on the picture on Facebook. They were zooming in on the flip chart to see what we were fucking talking about. And we just put up some bullshit. And then you're getting phone calls going, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? We were talking about, we put on there, send links to the HT access file on the website. And people are like, dude, how the fuck do you do that? Does that really work and all that stuff? So we were just seeing some mad bullshit like that. So, we were having fun with that. And I think maybe someone's having fun with keyword stemming. Just like Mike and stuff were joking with the edge and the links. So that's the long-winded.
Sounds fun.
Start a blog or starting an affiliate website, which is a better idea? Asks Saruj or Sarju.
That's your idea. It's up to you. What's better to you? You put affiliate first or blog first, so I assume blog. I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Chris, right? I'm going to rephrase this question. If you've got a blog, how are you going to fucking monetize it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
how many? A blog would still be affiliate and or it's still affiliate of some sort.
Yeah, but you could
They're
have
hand in hand.
or ads on there if you wanted. So a blog to me is a website. Like, let's not beat around the bush. They're fucking much the same thing. But that's just my opinion.
There you go. So both.
Yeah. Do a website with a blog on it and put all of your kind of long tail keywords on the blog. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Black Hole Super Sloth is there. Good to see you, mate. Raki, what's your views on more login? Is it worth like 360 nut premium, net nut, or premium? I don't know what any of them are.
Neither do I.
I'm not sure on that one, Raquel, but if that relates to your previous question in terms of VPNs, then these might be ones that are more, in your location rather than ones that we would personally use. Sua Singh Jaggi, can you make a video on Black Hat SEO? I've got a heap of them. I'm pretty sure Chris has as well.
I tried to steer clear of them lately. It's just bad for, like, you'll be meeting with a client and they'll be like, oh, but I saw this video. Are you Black Hat? And I'm like, no, there's a difference. There's white hat, gray hat, and black hat. Black hat means you're breaking the law. I do not break the law. I'm more right in the middle. It's a hard talk. It's a hard talk.
Yeah, it is. But do check out Chris's channel. There is a lot on there. So Chris Palmer SEO, search for him. But Andy Robson, from a local SEO perspective, what's your take on the value of Google reviews on GBPs?
The value of reviews is if Google My Business was a gallon jug and the gallon jug had 100 lines on it to be full, the reviews would be 40 of those lines.
There you go.
There you go.
Amin is asking what keyword frequency, density, difficulty, and proximity mean. What I would suggest, Amin, is go and do some basic research on these things. I think we can answer questions and stuff like that, but you would need to have a basic understanding of SEO to get the most value from these conversations or these sessions. Keyword frequency, I don't even know what the fuck that means. How frequently does a keyword appear on page like that? What the fuck could that mean, Chris? Keyword density.
Density and frequency are the same. Difficulty is a tool metric.
Yeah, and keyword proximity.
that's how close this keyword, like a broad match, like are they close to one another? Are they similar? Are they co-occurring keywords?
Yeah. So I
It's
think they're
basic stuff.
very, very basic stuff. And I think, you know, to get the most value out of anything like that, understand the basics first and then ask questions like that, just because our audience, the regulars that come, we can't spend too much time answering like basic stuff. We're trying to give as much value as we can. So hopefully you can do a bit of research on that. What do you guys think about semantic SEO strategies like Corey's entity attribute value model and lexical relations, etc.? This seems to be the future beyond just tweaking headings and keywords. What's your thoughts on it, Chris?
Sure. Sure. Best wishes.
Yeah.
I think that semantic keywords, entities, and co-occurring key phrases are the fundamentals of SEO. But optimizing a page for what it wants to rank for, including entities, co-occurring key phrases, LSIs, the primary key term, its density, its headers, I think it all works together. Twist or however you want to think about it is up to you.
Yeah. But for what it's worth, and I think I said it last week, he's a very smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He is super technical, digs deep into the old Google patents. And I've got nothing but positive things I can really say about Corey. But again, going back to what we said earlier, how much of that, how deep do you need to dig in a lot of the niches that you guys are going to be operating in? Do you need to go that deep in terms of your own page? It would be my question.
Exactly.
So, you know, you have to attack each niche and every thing and deal with it. And as I say, if that's going to be the difference between page position 2 and position 1, then sure, dig deep. You know, I think all of these things are they're certainly not pie in the sky, and obviously it's just how much of a difference can you make. And I think we've got to double down on the stuff that gets the biggest movement in terms of needle movement.
And the question isn't how. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it's lagging. Sorry. The question isn't how did you rank for water and get so much traffic. The question is, how did you create 20,000 pages in 4 months and get them all indexed and into the SERPs? That interested me more. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, that was fun for me. Anyway.
Prasanta, can we use product schema and drug schema in the same page, basically for a medicine page?
Not my expertise. I don't want to tell you either way, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a schema expert, Prasanta. I didn't even know there was a drug schema. In all honesty. But yeah, probably best asking a Clint Butler or Terry Samuels or one of those guys, and they'll be able to answer that one.
Generally, it's yes, you can add whatever schema you want, but that sounds like your money, your life type stuff, and I don't want to mess it up for you.
Yeah, but if you don't know, don't answer. You know, could those two clash and fuck up your rankings? Yeah, ask someone.
Then it's my fault. Yeah. Like Chris Paul told me. That prick.
Yeah. But Huzaifa, do Google Stacks work in 2024? Do you guys use them for current or new clients?
Single service, single service, single location. If they want it, we'll build it. Single service, single location. We send those off and we get them done. It's part of it. Again, going back to the gallon jug, if we had a gallon jug, I would consider that to be 5 slots. You know, single service, single location, they seem to be very helpful.
I also try them out, dude. You know, I think with a lot of these things, people say this works, that doesn't work, this, that, and the next thing. I think try them out in a small scale and see how they react for you in your location as well. Because again, if Palmer says they don't work in America, doesn't mean they don't work in Italy or fucking Serbia. You know, I think there's different levels of aggression with different country-specific algorithms, and I've said before, the UK and the US seem to be the most volatile in terms of when they do updates. Are the others the same? So try it out, man.
Test it out.
And Dan says,
"Oh my God, that's 6%." Uh-oh.
Dan saying, I actually meant the affiliates themselves. We have a program at the moment and they've done fuck all. So if we've got a big platform and got more signups, do you do anything to keep them engaged? Money is always going to keep them engaged. You know, you've said there, for example, special promotions, follow-up emails to keep them engaged on your affiliate program. I've worked with some big people doing affiliate, you know, SEMrush and various other bits and bobs. I mean, what SEMrush done, obviously they're a big company. What they used to do is take people away on trips once a year. You know, they're bigger affiliates or people that they felt were people that they wanted to schmooze, if you like. And they used to do that. Now, did they do that because you were the big affiliate or because you were knowledgeable at SEO? I think there was a mixture of both there, because obviously working with SEMrush, they wanted to pick our brains and what we would look for and help them develop the tool and refine it. But did they do any kind of crazy promotions? Yeah, they did to some degree. You know, why would someone come to me and not Chris Palmer for a promotion for SEMrush? Because SEMrush would give me 14-day free trial, which they didn't give to a lot of other people. So there was certain promotions based on what I'd done. And you know, that promotion was based on me doing a lot of training. And SEMrush didn't really themselves give a free trial, but they allowed me to get a free 14-day trial because I'm trying to get new people who are learning the game into the tool. So there was certain special promotions based on that. Did they bombard me with emails or whatever to keep me engaged? Nah, I had an affiliate account manager who used to touch base, asking if I needed any help, if there's anything they could do. They used to keep me up to date with certain features that they were potentially going to be adding so that I could talk about them before anyone else. So things like that were in place. And obviously I don't know the product or whatever it is you're trying to promote, but I think, you know, if you can get a bunch of well-known people and they're first to the market with the knowledge before it's even fucking launched, that's going to, they want to be first to the market with this stuff. They want to be seen as the leading guys with the knowledge and all that kind of stuff. So the answer is yeah, you know, for stuff like that, but they, you know, there's nothing more to it, you know, that was outrageous. And I've worked with other people, but do you think there's anything, Chris, that you could do to keep people encouraged other than paying them some decent money?
That's the motivator, I think, in my opinion. I mean, that's like, I won't, what else?
All that went on in my head with SEMrush, Chris, it was 40% recurring monthly. I couldn't get my fucking head over that. I'm just like, fuck, this is easy. This is the fucking, I'm filling my boots. So yeah, that was enough to keep me going. So
that was a good run.
Yeah, it was. And it sadly came to an end. So I think it's £200 a sale now on share a sale. So things evolve and things move on. So there you go. But Honey has a SEMrush question. In the SEMrush network graph, I'm getting the red dot backlinks. And this message, domains in red share the same link network, which search engines often flag as suspicious. Is this message a worry?
Is it? Is it to you? Did you? If it is, at least they're pointing out which ones are causing the flag. And then maybe perhaps you can eradicate the originator. Because generally when I'm looking at that graph, the red dot will be here and it'll be connected to another one, which is connected to your site. It's that one in between oftentimes. If you can kill that one, the red one goes away. But if it bothers you, then it bothers me, and I think you should fix it. But it doesn't usually bother me. But it's up to you.
Well, that's the thing, Chris. You know, who said it's a fucking red dot? Like, SEMrush are not Google, and I love SEMrush, but it's the same with that disavow tool. When you look at stuff, you know, they assign it a spam score. And what is that spam score based on? Is it the anchor text and stuff like that? Obviously, it's a mathematical calculation. And they look at things like that and then say that's spam. And you know, sometimes you look at it and it's not fucking spam. You know, it's a really good website that you actually sought out to get a link on. So again, is it a worry? I think, you know, is it something you need to go and fix in every instance? I'm not so sure. It's just how SEMrush perceive that data doesn't mean that Google are looking at it in that way, and how accurate is that data. So I wouldn't worry too much about it if it's just the odd one or two. But if it's full of them, then maybe you want to start looking.
SEMrush puts a lot of weight on traffic. I know that.
Yeah.
You can drastically change that AS score by influencing traffic on the links, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How do you build relevant Web 2.0 backlinks at scale at minimal cost?
Oh, scale and cost. These are two fun metrics that we play with. So quality has to be eradicated from the score, because to find relevant Web 2.0s, that means that Google has to be rewarding them within the SERP, right? And there's only so many Web 2s per keyword that Google's going to reward in that 100 results. I search for a keyword, in that 100 results, usually it's one or two. Then you do it keyword by keyword that matters to you, finding the Web 2s. That's a lot of time. What's much faster is get the best list that you can that's do follow, that's not spam to death, build the whole list, and whatever ones hit, they hit. And that's how you do it at scale that's quality. You pick out the best ones. There's a lot of Web 2s that you could build sites on or get links from that are just subpar. Get the best list you can, build them all, whatever hits, it hits. And that's what I would do.
Yeah. Next question. Is SEO dead or not dead?
Dead for some, very much alive for others. Depends on who you ask. I think it's alive.
Yeah. And it doesn't just mean Google, by the way. Search engine optimization. There is other search engines to play with, manipulate, drive traffic from, YouTube being one of them. So there's a lot of different things, even if Google was to die, to drive traffic. So I think you've just got to evolve. And I'm not saying SEO is dead, by the way, by suggesting that, but you know, we know it's getting harder and harder, and we know that a lot of crappy little websites have been slapped about with AI content and, you know, shit content and whatever else. But the game has changed, and you've just got to up your game in terms of quality if you want to survive, and you will still make money, in my opinion. But Sir Klopp, if I buy a knowledge graph for my company, what would that give me an advantage over my competitors? And if so, how? So is a knowledge panel for your company going to give you an advantage?
The confidence that you are who you are and you do what you do and you're where you say you are, can be an advantage. When they look and see that you are, if a customer, a potential customer, were to look and see that, it would give you a level of authority. But overall, do I think the confidence that Google has about you matters overall? I'm not Google. I think it's good for sales tactics. But does it matter? I see exact matches ranking all the time that have no panel. So in the local space, maybe not so much. Maybe if you're a public figure or a big brand, I think it would lend value. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, again, just to add my little bit in, Sir Klopp, there's competitors out there that will and won't have that knowledge graph. Is that knowledge graph going to do anything major to move the needle over you, over your competitors? I don't think so. But I think ticking as many boxes and getting that trust signal and everything else, long term, will that change? Is the weight towards having that going to change in the future? It might not, but I think ticking those boxes and trying to establish yourself and have all of these things, I don't see it being a bad thing for your brand. But I think for most people, they could take it or leave it. It's not going to make a huge difference to their rankings at this stage. Like Chris says, there's a lot of examples out there where the websites that rank well that don't have those. And there's a lot of big names out there that don't even fucking have them as well. So I just don't think the weight is there from a Google perspective on that particular area. Huzaifa.
Okay, just to let you know.
We do have about 13 minutes left, so we'll try. Chris may bail out earlier than that, but we'll go through and answer the questions that we've got. I run my website single-handedly and have to create all the content, which takes time, and indexing takes even more time. Should I wait till everything is indexed or start basic web to link building?
Well, the homepage is there. I think basic branded foundation, if we're talking about a local site, like branded Web 2s, if you want to start some basic stuff, citations, directories, that type of link building, sure, go for it. But those other pages, I don't know why they'd be accumulating links if they're not even, if they've never been crawled yet. Just because you don't see it in the search results is one thing, but has it been crawled? Does it exist? Is it there? That's another piece. So I'd start link building once everything's there, and I'd get all my basic foundational stuff done to the homepage first. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I think just go and get it done. Take action quickly. Don't wait. Fred Springfield. Chris, how big is it?
What? I don't know what you need. My computer, very small. It's very, very small. It's tiny. It's pathetic. It's a little tiny Chromebook here. This is my emergency. I thought I had the cord, but I don't.
Oh, jeez. Tommy, will GSA search engine ranker help me make Web 2.0s? Can you help me with a tool or point me towards the right direction to make the Web 2.0s at scale at minimal costs? You're a GSA guy, Chris, am I right?
I like GSA, but we're not necessarily looking to build Web 2s only. We're looking to put links on sites. Web 2 could be one of them. As far as building them at scale, I don't know what your scale is. We have a list of 200 that are really good, and those are done manually by a young lady. She has a process, she builds them, and that's that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are other tools out there, Somi, just to add to that are easier to use than GSA. The unique selling point of GSA is you can scrape your own list and become more targeted onto properties that are maybe not as saturated. Go for something else like Money Robot, and you've got to take what's in there and push out to there. So it depends on what you want. Do you want an easy, just ticking the box, building Web 2.0s, or do you want to do it on something that you scrape the lists of websites and feed that into it? I think you get a lot more traction out of GSA, but it's a steeper learning curve and not for everyone. But you can't. I'm pretty sure you sell. Do you not sell GSA lists and stuff, Chris?
I have the list. Yes.
Yeah.
I have lists available, which is the most. What I've realized though is I should have the setup, the how to use, and then the list.
Yeah.
A lot of people they're like, "Hey, what do I do with this now?" Like, oh, feed it into the tool.
Yeah, but I think you will have a lot of SEOs who have the tool, who can utilize the tool, that just don't know how to scrape the list. So,
right.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Huzaifa, what do you guys think about SEO certifications online by Udemy, Coursera, HubSpot, Moz? Have you guys taken any of them, or did you take any course when you were learning SEO?
Well, the certificate itself is fun, right? Like this is fun marketing, right? Like you have something. As far as any weight out into the marketplace, there is no weight. But do I find value in trainings or courses or stuff that's going to advance my knowledge in places that I'm weak? I find great value in that. But the certificate holds no weight. Nobody cares, right? What can you do for them is all that matters. And this last piece of the question is, have I taken any trainings? Of course. I'm weak in certain places, and I go and find, okay, who's got a training? Okay, let's learn it. Let's understand it my way, and then I know it.
Yeah.
So that helps you.
I think there's not much else I can say. I'm very much aligned with Chris. I still, to this day, do training on areas of weakness. Even Pinterest. I bought a Pinterest course because I want to see how these fuckers are getting all the traffic from Pinterest and whatever. So, I think always trying to learn and develop your skills is a good thing. Did I do any courses from any of the people you mentioned? No. I have courses on Udemy and various other things, and people are obsessed by the certificate. And here's the fucking thing. I gave away a free course at COVID time. 50,000 people signed up. How many, Chris, do you think finished the course, percentage-wise?
5%.
Slightly over, but yeah, not
Okay.
far off. So there was like 91% of people who did not complete the course. You know what they all wanted though? The certificate.
Of course.
The certificate. Message me and I'm like, dude, you've not. The system automatically assigns you this bullshit certificate based on you doing 100% of the course. Go finish the course and watch all the stuff, and then the system will do it. Oh yeah, I've done it. And I'm like, no, dude, you've watched 3 videos. Like, no. So, and I can't override that. I can't go and watch the videos for them. There's fucking 50,000 of them. And people were coming at me, dude, screaming, going, "You're fucking robbing bastard. You've not given me a certificate." And you're like, dude, what? Want me to give you a refund for a free course? Like, what are you trying to achieve here? Like, fuck off. So, yeah, the certificate thing is fucking bullshit. No one fucking cares whether you've done my course, Chris's course, or anyone else's course. I think just the vocabulary that you use when you're having that conversation with people will determine whether you know what you're talking about or not. I can talk to someone and I can pretty much tell instantly based on what they're saying, what they're doing, the tools they're using, and everything else, whether they're good or not. And that is, something that no certificate means nothing in this industry. It's weird. So there will be people who do have a HubSpot one or whatever. Is it worth the paper it's written on? No. So rant over about the certificates. I just had to get that story out there because I'm still angry with that bunch of bastards who asked me for the free certificate, and were kicking off about it. Huzaifa, can Web 2 links help with indexing on a new website that doesn't have all the pages showing up in the SERPs?
It can. That first word you led with, can. Yes, it can. Which Web 2s? How many do you have? What links are on those Web 2s that are linking out? I'm messing around with that for citations and directories at the moment. Yes, it helps. It's not a massive boost, but yes, it helps. So, can it? Yeah.
Is it me or Chris that's frozen? I don't know if Chris has cut off. He did say his battery was going to die. I'm going to make the assumption it is Chris and not me, but if anyone is there, let me know if you can hear me. It's Chris. Thought so. Yeah, his laptop's fucking died. That's what it is. But to finish off answering that, Huzaifa, I think can, but throwing a whole bunch of Web 2.0s at your website to try and force indexing would be a ridiculous thing to do. I would potentially throw Web 2.0s at a guest post to get it, to try and get it indexed and keep it in the index. But I think, doing that on your own website is potentially not the right thing to be doing. So I wouldn't be doing that on any kind of aggressive scale is the answer I would give to that, Huzaifa. But we do have 3 minutes left, guys, and Dan Jones can hear me. So if you do have any last minute questions, please do pop them in the chat and I will answer them. Ray Samar, suppose I want to rank my homepage on a specific keyword and I have a website having more than 40 pages, ignoring blog posts. How many internal links I have to add for my homepage? So you want your homepage to rank for a specific keyword. That's fine. That kind of goes against what most websites will do, because your homepage would normally rank for your brand rather than a specific keyword. But there are local businesses and stuff that will utilize their homepage. In terms of how many internal links do you want to have to that homepage, there's no specific number. But if you've got 40 pages that are, let's say your homepage is like plumbing in fucking Orlando, and then you've got all your supporting content and all that kind of stuff, would you link back to your homepage from that supporting content? Yeah, why wouldn't you? If Orlando is the big area that you're looking to go after, and your blog post is catching longer tail keywords and other areas and whatnot. So you can have as many as looks natural, if you like. So I don't think I would overdo it by any stretch of the imagination, but where it's relevant to link back to the homepage, then why wouldn't you? But your homepage naturally is going to be the most powerful page in anyone's website. So you're going to get away with a lot more if you're ranking your homepage for a specific keyword. The other purpose of internal linking is to pass power down to your pages. But your homepage naturally is the most powerful page. So do you need to do that as aggressively? Nah, you don't. So I think it's a slightly different strategy and thought process when it comes to the homepage. And Somi is asking, any money robot alternatives? You've got Ranker X and trying to think, SEO Autopilot. I can't remember the new name for SEO Autopilot, but there's a couple. And Huzaifa's asking, who is my favorite SEO influencers? It's a good question. That there's a lot of good SEO people out there giving up good knowledge in their own individual little skill sets. I always liked Matthew Woodward. He was the guy I looked to when I had an agency and I was trying to become an affiliate and stuff. Matthew Woodward was always my favorite. He's no longer as active as he once was, but he would have been my favorite. But other ones, there's a lot of guys giving up a lot of good content out there across the world. Some of them I would say are absolutely outstanding, but there's a whole heap of them, and there's new up and coming ones and all that kind of stuff, which are giving up quite a lot as well. So it really comes down to personal preference as well. Not everyone can be liked by everyone, and I think it's the style and way in which they put the stuff across is also important. And for me, I've got a certain type of style of learning, and anyone that's kind of complex or makes it sound complicated isn't for me. Doesn't mean they're bad at what they do, but I find that hard to absorb the information. So yeah, I just think you have to find someone that suits your style of learning, and hopefully you do find them. But there's a lot of good names out there. And anyway, we are out of time, guys. Thank you everyone for all the questions. Do check out Randy the News Guy. The link is below. Also, do check out chrispalmer.org. He changes his domain that much, I forget. But you can also just Google Chris Palmer SEO and you'll find him. And thank you again, everyone, for all the questions. And we'll see you guys same time next week. See you later. Bye-bye.